not salt packets. Imagine you're just outside pouring little salt packets.
Like the McDonald's ones.
Yeah.
Jonesy and Ray, just wondering.
Welcome back to Just Wondering podcast, where we will surprise each other with whatever topics come to mind. We literally know nothing and have made a rule to never research before recording. So buckle up.
We're your hosts, I'm Jones.
And I'm Ray.
And Ray, I was just wondering about snow. Snow.
Snow.
Snow.
Snow is pretty mysterious, so I can understand why you would wonder about it.
Yeah, I just am curious. We got a lot of snow today. I don't know, there's just so many different things about it. Like some snow accumulates, some snow is wet, some snow is like feather light. You can just blow it away. You don't even have to shovel. You just like, and it blows off the sidewalk. Sometimes it's so like wet and heavy, it makes really good snowballs. There's just too many different things about snow, and it's very cold.
It is very cold, especially when your face gets completely coated in it.
Did that happen to you?
An hour and a half ago, I went tobogganing, and it was the best.
Oh.
It was so much fun. At one point, I was trying out a different method, right? Trying to see like, oh, will I go faster if I do this? And I went a lot faster, but I couldn't see anything because my entire face got coated with snow.
Snow, when I used to live in Newfoundland, we used to get so much snow. There was times where there was snow that was taller than me. And I was like, this is too much snow. No one should live in a place that has this much snow. All the snow from the road had to go on the sidewalks. But I needed snow pants because we were going to go like snowmobiling and be in the snow. So I'm looking all around St. John's trying to find snow pants. And I'm walking, but this big truck was coming. And I was like, oh shit. So I had to like get on the sidewalk. And the snow was up to my waist. And I hadn't even bought my snow pants yet. It's like, I'm trying to buy snow pants, but I'm not wearing any right now. And it just like, gets down your pants.
When I went to visit you in Newfoundland, there was a big snow that was mid-thigh deep on me. So basically your waist.
Yeah.
It took me probably like 25 minutes to get like a 5-minute walk away because there was so much snow.
We obviously used to get a lot more snow in Toronto. But I remember being a kid and we would have huge snowstorms all the time, and we obviously do still get some snow, but not anywhere near the level we used to. And now it's also snowing so much later in the year.
I remember there being a lot more snow when I was a kid as well, but also that there were no snow days because everyone knew it was going to snow, so people were prepared for it. It seems like now, because the weather is a lot more unpredictable, I'm sure this has a lot to do with like climate change, but I'm not a climate change expert either. I think because it's less expected now, when it does snow, people don't really know what to do. And like, I think it's crazy because I'm like, don't we just keep doing what we normally do?
Yeah, I was surprised my work was closed today for in-person services because of the snow. They canceled yesterday. I think this year specifically, people are trying to be more safe just so that there's like less accidents and stuff, because then less traffic in the hospitals or whatever. That's my guess. But yeah, I was surprised. I was like, yeah, it's a decent amount of snow, but it's not snow day.
Yeah, it's not unmanageable. Yeah, not waist deep. It's not like we had to call the army in to plow the sidewalk, which I remember happening when I was younger as well.
Snow can do a lot of shit, right? Because it's so heavy. Like, it's really bad for roofs. It's bad when it sits on the telephone wires. But I would 100% take being outside in the snow over being outside in the rain. Always. It could be snowing really hard, but you're not getting as wet.
Correct.
Like, that's how I feel.
I also feel like when it snows, it's somehow more mild out. It will say -12, and it could be like a -12 day with no snow, but it's like overcast and like damp, and that feels so much colder than a day that it's snowing.
I think it, like, when it's super cold, it can't snow. I don't know why.
I think the temperature cutoff might be for that. If it's like -20, I don't think it snows, right?
Yeah, maybe like -15. But then also I'm like, that can't necessarily be true because there's other places, like if you go very north or like in Labrador, it gets to like -50 and they always have a ton of snow.
That's true, but do you think like maybe there'll be like a mild day where they have a big dump, and then because it's so cold, it just doesn't melt?
That is very highly possible. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I look at it and I'm like, no one should live there.
I feel like one time someone said to me, there's no such thing as bad weather, there's just bad clothing, which also like obviously comes with a lot of like privilege, right? I can't afford to buy myself good quality winter gear. So I don't usually find the weather to be a deal breaker for me. As long as I'm dressed for the weather, I feel like it doesn't really stop me. But I understand there's like quite a lot of people that cannot buy those types of clothing. If you can afford to and you're just being annoying about the weather, then I think that's on you.
That's me. Is that a personal jab? I'm like, oh, it's too cold out. I can't.
If you had to go out there.
Oh yeah, then I could.
Yeah. To go to work, like I have to go out there, so I have to be dressed for it, or I have to be really uncomfortable and suffering, and I'd rather not be.
I haven't had snow pants in years.
Snow pants are a game changer. Let me tell you, snow pants are the best. If you have snow pants, you can just pick up and go tobogganing like I did today. You can just go out and like, have fun in the snow. Snow is so fun. Humiliating enough though, today the hill was so slippery to climb up. Like it was exhausting to climb up. It was a big hill, but the very top was so slippery and I would get down on my hands and knees and like crawl myself up. Like I'm not embarrassed because like it's worth it. I'm trying to get to the top so I can get a better like toboggan down.
I don't like walking up hills when they're not slippery. Never mind when it's like covered in snow, because I also am probably the most clumsy person I've ever met. Like I probably go down the like second half of the hill 20 times before I can go down the full hill twice, you know?
I was going down so fast. That's another thing though. Kids don't weigh enough to get momentum. I was just blowing past those little kids on the hill. They're just like, put, 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 put. And I'm like, woo!
I actually haven't been tobogganing in years. I should go. I want to go over a jump.
I just had a crazy carpet though, so I would have really got hurt if I went over a jump. Like you can't like aim your butt back onto the crazy carpet onto the ground to successfully land a jump, I don't think.
I like GT racers. My grandparents live essentially in the middle of the forest, but it's like a hill and then like a flat ground where their house is, and then like another big hill that's the driveway. And we used to just go up into the forest and navigate through the forest, but you'd have to get enough speed to make it across the flat plateau to get down. And it was like whoever could get the furthest, and it was like crazy. Like we would just eat shit all the time.
I probably could have snapped my neck today because I kept
I don't like that
off and flipping through the air and landing on my neck like well, it was still fun.
There's times where we attached like GT racers and saucers to the back of cars and just got like drug around like that. And I'm like, would I do that now? Yes. It seems dangerous. But
it's called dragged around, not drug around.
I was thinking that sounded really bad, but I was like, I don't really know.
So earlier you were talking about how there's so many types of snow, and in English we have the word snow. So if you're like, yeah, it's supposed to snow later, if someone said that to me, I would imagine like maybe some flurries, maybe like 1 centimeter. Yesterday someone was like, yeah, it's supposed to snow later, and then we got like the 10 centimeters we did. This morning I looked at the window and I was like, wow, people are not going out in this, but that's not what I expected. Honestly, like this might sound very ignorant. I don't know if this is like a language or a culture or whatever, but the Inuit people have like hundreds of words for snow, for all different types of snow. So we have like what, flurries, hail, snow. I think that's like
sleet.
So we have like a few different descriptors, and still it's not very clear what we're talking about.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. But yeah, usually when someone says it's going to snow, I'm not expecting a lot of snow either. They're like, oh, a snowstorm. And because I live in a basement and like at night I usually close the blinds, like I was completely oblivious that it was snowing last night.
It started to snow while I was skating, like between 6 and 6:30. I still, even seeing it start, wasn't expecting the amount of snow that we did get.
Should I have gone out and shoveled the snow today? Yes, because I have to work tomorrow morning. That's the only thing I really don't like about snow, is having to clean off my car. People get yelled at, right, when they don't clean off the top of their car properly. I don't know how tall all of these people are who drive SUVs, but obviously taller than me or have much longer arms.
Maybe they have a longer brush.
Yeah, well, my brush looks like a hockey stick and is Toronto Maple Leaf, so I can't get a new one.
You could tape it onto a full-size hockey stick, though.
Which I do also have in my car, so that is possible. I do my best. I usually get most of it except for like just the little middle strip. Like I'll reach as far as I can.
So your car
It's like a
has
mohawk. Yeah, it's perfect. I don't know why I do this, but I always forget to put on like gloves or mittens. And I'm always like, oh my God, my hands are so cold. As if there's not something I could do to fix that.
If I don't wear double gloves, like gloves and then mittens, my fingers get so cold that they hurt so much that I just think like they're gonna need to come off.
It's so crazy when you see places that get like those crazy snowstorms where you can't even leave your house because you're literally barricaded in by the snow. I never want to live somewhere that happens.
I remember recently, like probably like 10 years ago, recently, very relative.
Just the other day.
About 10 years ago, we had so much snow that in front of my parents' house, the snow was as high as the porch railing.
Oh.
And so we were just running out of the house and jumping over the railing and like diving into the snow. And it was so fun. It was amazing.
I used to love when all the snow would get like shoveled off the driveway. So you'd have just like a huge mound on your lawn and you dig it out and like make a little fort.
Also playing King of the Mountain, where whoever can just stay on top of the mountain the longest is the winner.
And you're just whipping each other off.
Yeah.
Like it was like no things held back. Stiff arm to the face. If that's what you need to make me the king, I'm gonna do it. Break your neck, bye. You know what I don't like though? Remember when we had that huge ice storm and everything was just covered in sheets of ice? So hard to even like open the doors of like your car or your house or anything like that. You can't even open your like salt packets because they're all not salt packets. Imagine you're just outside pouring little salt packets.
Like the McDonald's ones.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
It looks beautiful, but then you look at it and you're like, no, that's so dangerous.
It's actual destruction. So many power lines went down. So many people lost power. And people like, there were a few people that were able to get generators and they were fine. Other people were really cold in their houses. And a lot of people brought barbecues inside to warm their houses up and they died.
And it was like right before Christmas. And I remember my parents' house didn't lose power when that happened, but my aunt and uncle had just had a baby like the day before. So my parents were obviously like, they're going to have your room because they don't have any power at their house and they have like a fresh baby.
Yeah.
So my parents were like, I'm really sorry, but this piece of hardwood floor is your sleeping quarters for the night.
Yeah, I was staying at my boyfriend's place, but I had to work the following day and there was no GO trains. I had to travel from Durham to Etobicoke and they had power garage doors that could not be opened manually. You should definitely have a manual option for that, but they couldn't open it and the cars were in the garage and they had lost power. So I was like, I think I have to call in to my boss now and just be like, I cannot get back to Toronto.
Cool. Cool. It's been crazy this year, I think also to do with climate change, but places all over the world that are getting snow that haven't in years. Like in Spain, they got snow for the first time in like over 60 years. It's like, I didn't even know it ever snowed there. That was really confusing to me. And then it snowed a bunch, pretty sure I saw in Texas.
Yes, I heard that too.
They got
in Florida.
A bunch
I think every state had snow actually. Something like that. Like every state, even Hawaii, I think like actually every state had snow at one point this year.
Maybe in Hawaii it was like just in the mountains. Yeah, snow in the desert. Like maybe it didn't snow actually like in the desert part, but
What is your favorite thing about snow?
My favorite thing about snow is a fresh snowfall. It looks so beautiful, like when the moonlight shines off it or like really early in the morning when it's crisp. Other than that, I don't really have that much like for snow. I don't like clearing out my car. I don't like shoveling. I don't like how much harder it makes it to like drive and like get places. I really hate when it turns into just like nasty, slushy, wet snow. Like I hate that part of it, and that I spend more of my time in the snow in that than I do in the like beautiful aspect.
Do you eat snow?
I'm too adult. Do I eat snow? Of course. Just not the yellow
I'm
snow.
too adult. Yeah, I eat snow. Duh.
Duh.
I love snow, and I think it makes everything kind of quieter. It quiets traffic. Yes, there are fewer people driving, but it actually muffles the sound. And the way it reflects light, like the street lights or whatever in the evenings and in the night, it's actually a lot brighter. It's like the brightest time of nighttime.
You can get super, super sunburned from snow though.
Oh my goodness. Have you seen like so many like skiers when because they'll wear their goggles or whatever, but it looks like they have a beard.
I think that I need to get out and play in the snow.
Yes.
So that I can learn to like it again.
Yeah, it makes a big big difference.
But yeah, snow is good. It is what it is.
So before we head out, Jones, I was just
Yes.
wondering, what are you drinking tonight?
Ooh, today I am drinking a Great Lakes Brewery beer. I found it hiding in my fridge. One last Clementine Pale Ale.
That's so lucky.
How about you? What are you drinking?
Today I'm drinking Cowbell Raspberry Moon Sour.
Oh, nice. I actually really like that one.
It's delicious.
And the can is so nice too.
Beautiful colors, beautiful taste. Cheers.
Cheers. We want to know how you feel about snow.
Snow.
No. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you want to play in it? What's your favorite part about it? Least favorite part? Let us know. And send us an email at let us know about it. Good one. Yeah, you can send us an email at just.wondering.podcast@gmail.com. You can DM us on...
You can email us at justwonderingpodcast.ray@gmail.com.
Follow us on Instagram, send us DMs, whatever you want to do, at just.wondering.podcast. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
Bye. I'd like to build an igloo.